first. Then we are going live. Again, we can get this done. So I can trim this live testimonial with Felicia. Join Tammeron and Felicia for a live testimonial. With understanding astrology as support women over 50. Okay, that's basic enough. All right, we are going live, preparing to live stream. Boom, boom, it's happening. Setting us up. Go, redirecting. All right, I'm sure we are going to be live. Hello, everyone. This is Tammeron. I'm a women's wellness astrologer, and I would love to introduce you to a previous client, someone who I've stayed connected with. Her name is Felicia Linsky, and she purchased one of my 30-minute soul-to-soul astrology consultations. And that really starts to tap into a woman's astrology chart to give her specific information and to start offering some guidance based on her unique astrological chart so that she can connect with her soul on a deeper level and to understand some of the secret information regarding her entire life and also some steps toward wellness. So she's going to share how amazing it was to work with me. So thank you, Felicia, for doing this for me today.
Oh my God, I love you.
Thank you. Yeah, we're so aligned. We are. So can you share with our audience here today what your life was kind of like, where your head was at? What were you thinking about when you said yes to hiring me? And then what was your experience and what did you walk away with? Because not everybody really understands what astrology is.
Yeah, so first off, I've always been fascinated with astrology, numerology, just the way all things work. But I've never been somebody who, no matter how many times I've had my chart done, and I even know the time I've been born, I'm not somebody. It's like an astrology chart is like Hebrew and Aramaic combined to me. It's like, what is that? What just got thrown up on the wall? So I've never submerged myself in that way to be, somebody who can dissect the anatomy of an astrology chart. And I knew that what I loved about how you approach astrology, especially when it came to women's wellness, I was like, oh, I really want to learn from Tammeron her insights, because in the application of wellness, which being a well-being whisperer, it's one of those things where it's like, I really think that the more we know, the more we can be able to understand the why, the how, the what, and we get to choose, but it's just what it will help us understand a little bit more. It's like unpacking more evidence. So for me, that was my goal with you. And because I've been going through so many pivots recently, through career, through health, through just all definitions in my life. I mean, I'm still the core same human and going through lots of things. So I was like, well, Tammeron will be the perfect person to align with regarding that.
Yeah.
That's why I chose.
Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Yeah. And for me as an astrologer, I have this how do I explain it? But it's kind of like I have this intention, which is a prayer that I say every time I open a person's chart, whether I know anything about your life or not. It really doesn't matter because the insights I share are much deeper. And so my wish is that by unpacking someone's chart and giving them some very basic information, I always ask, allow the information to be channeled through me so that I give you at least one nugget that validates your life, and it gives you a sense of hope and tells you something that maybe you didn't really understand about yourself, but this is what others might see in you. It's more about what can fulfill you on another level that has nothing to do with our career or how much money we make. And that is my passion, and the reason why i I read a person's chart in a certain way, right? So that's my prayer. So how did it feel for you when you were given that information?
Oh yeah, no. Well, first off, I felt very safe. I felt very well understood. I think for both me and you, you were like, oh yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, because where things were concentrated, and even if I don't remember all the details specifically, like what that necessarily means, because I'm a note taker. God only knows my notebooks have like one chapter of this study versus that study. It's not like, oh, we're just having a notebook for astrology. So one of my first takeaways was how like I knew my sun sign, I knew my moon sign. I had an understanding of like a Saturn return from experiences of working with, before with others. I think in conception, I understand North Node, even though I'm not going to, state I have any expert statement about that. But there was the Mercury that was like, oh, you are just completely mercurial, if I can say that.
You're
Like
curious,
that
yeah.
is, yeah. And it was like, I mean, even now, even though I know that, I'm like, so what did that mean again? But
Yeah,
in the sense that like that is blatant who I am. And that was one of my takeaways. So it's more about me just getting back in touch with, okay, how does that affect everything that I do, or how it affects my emotions or my actions. So, but that was like a memory bank of like, that is very clear how that rules in my roost, so to speak.
absolutely. And for people watching or listening to this, what Felicia is saying is Mercury represents in astrology how we communicate, how we express ourselves, how we put ourselves out there. And it's different depending on the day you were born and where the planet Mercury was in the sky. And there's 12 different places. So, and just look at her. She loves to talk. She's a storyteller. Like, she loves to share. She loves to communicate. So it's a strong part of her chart. And so I just want to ask you, did you feel validated by the consultation? Did your
Well,
life
yeah.
make more sense now?
Well, I mean, even just what you stated, it is even what you just stated makes me feel like, oh, this is why. And therefore, don't be afraid of that. That
Mm-hmm.
is who you are here to be. You are
Yes.
here to be a communicator. You are here to be seen and heard, not from an ego perspective, but from a perspective of the world needs you to show up in this way so that you can bring people together, that you can bridge gaps, that you can be a teacher, you can be the leader. You're there to communicate. You're there to help solve the problems. You're there to bring light to things. So use that mercurial self that's in you. And
Yeah.
so, in answer to your question, oh my God, yeah, I felt heard, I felt seen, I felt loved, I felt supported, I felt aligned, I felt the wellness because it gave me more clarity, and I just felt like you really nailed who I am. I mean, because it is a science as I
Mm-hmm.
see it.
Yeah.
It's factual. It's not like you're not like just throwing spaghetti at the wall.
Yeah.
It's like this is my time that I was born, and here's all the things, and here's how it all lined up, and this is how I can explain it to you. And
Yeah,
I love
it's a
that.
story unfolding. Exactly. And thank you for that. One last thing I just want to share, because like Felicia said, she was taking notes, and everybody gets a recording and they get the notes of everything we shared sent to them. That's part of the consultation. And there's just one thing that I remember from your chart that really stood out for me that I wanted to make sure I shared that with you, was that I felt that part of your soul's journey in this lifetime was to be a voice for women who didn't have a voice, like
Mm.
to be the leader, to stand up for them and to guide them. Like that was predominant for you, and that's very specific. That is not for everybody. So as we close off, how did that land for you?
I mean, come on. First off, as you and I met in a business world
Yeah.
of these evolutions of ownership and how are we showing up in the world of business and who are our people. And as you know, I've made my career as an award-winning transformational artist in Hollywood. And I just survived ovarian cancer, which is one of 5 cancers I've survived through the last, I don't remember how many years, 14, 15, I don't remember. But anyhow, the point of it is I have always been passionate about women's well-being because I came from a pre-med background and I've been always like wanting to go back into that world. And how do I do that? Well, as a mindful intuitive, how do I wrap my love and my passion and my knowledge and my purpose to like raise women up? And you saw that evolution occur where I was really being anointed as this well-being whisperer. And I was like, no, I'm not that. No, I couldn't be that. Oh. And then there I was making this documentary about my 3-year journey going through ovarian cancer. And all I was talking about was women's well being. I wasn't even talking about myself. I'd be talking about what I want for other women. So when you said this in doing my chart, I was like, it's like being smacked in the face. I'm
Yeah,
like, okay, so how many different ways do you need to be told?
exactly. That's the power of astrology, because sometimes we can't see it because
Yeah,
we're in it.
yeah.
And that is so validating. I have goosebumps because that's why I'm passionate about looking at someone's chart. Like I get so excited when someone says, okay, do my chart, because they have to understand I have to do the research ahead of time, which takes me time because it's an honor. It's a step-by-step process for me because I'm going to unpack your chart. It's not a bot. It's not AI doing your
Yeah.
chart. You're buying something online. I'm a human being and I do the chart in a certain way. It's my own way, my own template that I've created. It's almost like, the way I was taught. I share this with my friends who have known me for years. I used to be a private investigator in my earlier life. Okay. And I landed jobs so easily because one of the goals in the school, the private school I had to attend, was you have to learn how to tell a story. It's like a movie industry. You start it with a certain process. And so when you write the story of what you have just witnessed following somebody or seeing somebody do something, you start with the big picture and then you work your way into something so definite, and then it's the unfolding. And so that is the same process that I use when I look at someone's chart, right? I get it to the point where I want you to understand why you are here. It's not about buying stuff, making money, and dying. You
Yeah.
are here for a reason,
Yeah.
to evolve, right?
Yeah. And, even as we're sitting here and the timing of when we did it, and to now what I'm doing, which is launch this webinar for women's well-being. And I'm just seeing all this unpacking, like how once I really unconsciously own that, I was able to open that door in a way that even now in sitting here, it makes me go, oh my God, thank you. Thank you, because it's been an evolution, but I realized that was a very pivotal moment for me, that I didn't even realize the way that was helping me land that ownership, because I've always imagined myself filling big arenas full of women that I'm inspiring through my storytelling, through
Mm.
my life experiences. And I know that when we first met, I've shared this with you before. I knew that we were aligned in a way that we hadn't even conversed, and I had to seek you out simply to say, I don't know you, but I think we're like on a similar path here. And if you're open, I'm open, and
Yeah.
the rest is history.
Yeah.
And I think we're just beginning. But I don't even if we're running parallel in paths of what our goals are is to help women.
Yeah.
There's still this complementary, like raising each other up.
Yeah.
And that's what I love about you, Tammeron, is that it's not a competition. We're two
No.
nurturing women
Yeah.
with big souls, big hearts. We're like two lionesses going across the tundra with our pack, and we're just growing our pack. And that's what I see in you and me. That's
Yeah.
really, and I just want to say I love you. I thank you. And thank you for, like, even in this moment, having that light bulb moment of like, oh yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah. Exactly. And it's so true. And yeah, and you did seek me out. And I remember, as we're going to close off here, is, our first private conversation together was 3 hours. It was like, where did the time just go? Like, it was like I had to get up and take a breath. I was like, 3 hours,
I
you
think
know.
you were surprised by that. That doesn't surprise me, but I think
Yeah,
you were like, how did that happen? I
I
was like,
hear
oh,
you.
this is normal for me.
Yeah,
And I
see,
know it's normal for you too, but
it
it's
is.
like with this total stranger, how did that happen?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, strangers come up to me all the time and tell me their stuff. It's like, I didn't need to hear that. That's been my life journey. My kids are like, Mom, you should walk around with the GoPro camera on your head, because it doesn't matter where you go. People always stop you and tell you stuff. And then they walk away and go, I don't know what just happened. I just shared something I've never told anybody. Right. But that's the vibe that we have to maintain to be healthy, doing
Yeah,
all these things that we both share with our communities and
yeah,
learning. And so, people are just drawn to you. And,
yeah.
and I wasn't that person and you weren't that person. We had to go through this journey so we can help so many other women.
Oh yeah.
I
My
get that.
husband, like, when you go walk the dogs, please God, if somebody, I just know I'm gonna lose you in the walk. And please don't start talking. Whatever you do, just shake your head and go, that's nice, thank you. And I'm not capable of that. Because I want to honor the person.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm the same. I am exactly the same. So I get it. So it has been an honor to get to know you and to work with you. And yes, we both know we're going to be moving forward. We don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to let you go. I'm just going to share one more final thing that I find was so aligned and so synchronistic, was that when you said to me, I just like having women gather together, kind of like a virtual campfire. And I was just like, my God, she doesn't even know that I used to be a scout leader. And I have been building campfires and hosting live events for women under the full moon. I used to have a camp property and we used to all gather under the full moon, the witchy poo stuff, had to keep it secret, but I'm known for that stuff. And she's like, okay. And I am like, okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
definitely going to happen live in person somewhere,
Oh
right?
yeah. Well,
Under the full moon, live
and to your
campfire.
point, I think I told you I was a camp counselor for years.
Yeah,
I find it very, like, vibrationally to be around a campfire. My
me too.
podcast name, though I'm changing, Camp Fifi Uncensored, I would tell my girls, when you see a full moon, no matter where you are the rest of your life, that's me saying I love you. Like, there's this whole, like, the fire, the moon, the whole. So yeah, see, you and I were just meant to run. We're
Collide.
meant to run. We're meant to run together.
Exactly.
So thank you.
Thank you again, Felicia. We're going to let you go. Have an awesome day, everybody. And yeah, cheers.
Big hugs. Thank you. Bye
You're
for
welcome.
now.
Bye.